Yo, what's good everybody? My name is Evan and welcome back for another video. As you can see in the title, this video is a review of the first episode of season 2 of Demon Slayer. This season is called Entertainment District, but for the purpose of this video we're gonna just say season 2. But before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell to not miss any future videos. Now let's get into it. Delightful to the eyes of those of us who really enjoy great fighting anime that also relied on a really interesting and captivating story. The end of the first season filled us all with tons of emotions, and the beginning of this first episode of this second season did not fail to remind us with the Flame Ashura Rengoku Kyojiro fight against Upper Moon 3 Akaza. I like that there were no music during this fight recap in this episode, so every single cloth movement, sword slashes, sword and fist contact could be heard correctly, which adds up to the realism for an attractive animation, which I'm not mad at it. Next, we are taken to Akaza's meeting with Muzan, who's living as a prodigy child. Akaza basically tells Muzan that he was unable to find the Blue Spider Lady, but he will do all he can to find them and also report that he killed one of the Ashura. But Muzan was not satisfied at all, which he shows us by applying pressure over Akaza's spirit. Muzan tells Akaza that a demon beating a human is just a fact and there is nothing to be proud of. Muzan also tells him that he is still waiting for the Demon Slayer Corps to be completely erased and for the Blue Spider Lady to be found. He also reminded Akaza that he failed to finish the other Demon Slayers that were with Rengoku, and tells Akaza that he is disappointed in him. So after Akaza leaves, he is shown thinking about what Tanjiro told him. He put Tanjiro's sword in a nearby tree and destroyed it with some violent punches, while saying that next time he sees Tanjiro, it's on sight. Next stop, we are taken to the Butterfly Mansion, where Tanjiro, Zenitsu and Inosuke are supposed to be recovering, but Tanjiro is missing. He is shown on his way to the Rengoku's mansion, where he meets Kyojiro's little brother, who automatically sees that Tanjiro doesn't look healthy, and their dad walking out with a sake jar in his hand, insulting Kyojiro's memory, saying that he was trash and useless, and tells Senjuro, who is Kyojiro's little brother, to stop crying. So after Tanjiro hears what the dad has to say about Kyojiro, he just tells him to basically stop being mean. But as soon as Kyojiro's dad saw Tanjiro's earrings, he snapped to his sake and asked Tanjiro if he was a sun breathing technique user. We know that the sun breathing technique is the same as the Inokami Kagura that Tanjiro uses, but Kyojiro's dad attacks Tanjiro, who also tried to defend himself. During this physical altercation, we learn that Kyojiro's dad is a former Ashura, and also we learn a little more about the sun breathing technique. We learn from Kyojiro's dad that the sun breathing technique is the first breathing technique ever created and is the most powerful. We also learn that all the other breathing techniques are derived from it. So after this altercation, Tanjiro gets the opportunity to talk to Kyojiro's little brother and explain to him how impressive Kyojiro's last moments were on the battlefield, and also apologize for not being able to save him. Following this, Senjuro gave Tanjiro the 21st, thinking that Tanjiro would find more about the Hinokami Kagura or sun breathing technique, but all the pages inside the book were ripped to shreds. Tanjiro then decided that he is just going to train harder since he still haven't mastered it. He also let us know that he regrets deeply not being powerful enough to save Kyojiro. He also says that no matter what, he will train until he becomes as powerful as an Ashura himself, which we all know he can and will do. When it was time to leave the Rengoku mansion, Sanjuro gives to Tanjiro Kyojiro's Nichirin sword card. After Tanjiro leaves, Sanjuro tries to tell Kyojiro's last word to the father, which makes him cry and shows how deeply touched Kyojiro's dad really was. Very sad moment, even though he seemed mean at first. On the way to the Battlefield mansion, Tanjiro, swordman Aganezuka, who's looking mad, is seen waiting on Tanjiro and tries to attack him for losing his sword. But luckily, Tanjiro got saved by Aoi and the other girls in the Battlefield mansion. Next up, we are shown that our three boys have been training every day since Rengoku's death 4 months ago. Little time skip, and also have been doing missions together and solo missions too. We also get to see a resume of one of Tanjiro's missions against a demon, where we see Nezuko and Tanjiro working together. To finish the demon, Tanjiro uses total concentration and water breathing 4-form striking tide, which is a 2 attack. The user jumps up and forward with the first sword slash and then turns around midair for the second slash that takes off the demon's head, and all that in the blink of an eye, leaving the demon no time to react. Coming back from his well-accomplished mission, Tanjiro hears screaming coming from the Battlefield mansion. There, we see for the second time the sound Hashira Tengen Uzui, who's trying to take off with Aoi and one other girl from the Battlefield mansion named Nacho. But Kanao, despite Tengen's order, decided to try and save the girls in Tengen's harm. Seeing that, the other girls try to help too. Then Tanjiro arrived. One of the girls says that Tengen is trying to kidnap them, so Tanjiro tried to headbutt him, but Tengen moved so fast from where he was standing that Tanjiro ends up missing the headbutt and fall on the ground. Then Tengen introduces himself as a former shinobi and says that he can't fall victim to Tanjiro's headbutt. Tanjiro yelled at him to let Aoi and Nacho go and call him a lousy kidnapper. So Tengen don't miss to remind them that he is their superior, the Ashura. But Tanjiro tells him that he does not acknowledge him as a Ashura. Tengen then explains that he needs females for his mission and don't need permission to take anyone in the Demon Slayer Corps on a mission, but he gets told that Nacho isn't in the corps, so he just threw her, but Tanjiro managed to grab her before she hit the ground. Tanjiro offers to take Aoi's place for this mission with Zenitsu and Inosuke that just arrived too, which Tengen accepts but tells them to not defy him, then slap Aoi's butt. Tengen also tells them that their destination is the entertainment district. Yeah man, it looks like the adventure is now just beginning for our three boys, and I really like this episode. It was really dope, and I really like the fact that we saw a bit of Tengen's personality, and also like that they show how our boys have been training this whole time, and they handled the time skip very well too. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about Kanao's personality changing, because before Tanjiro made us not rely on the flipping coins for choice, she would have never defied Tengen's order. But now it looks like she can take decision on her own. So that's a good thing. And that's the end of the review. Even though this is my first time this is the first time I tried this style, you will not see any video like this on this channel, because this is my first time trying this style at all. I'm really happy I was able to get it out there, get it done the way I want it to be. Before I end up this though, please sub to the channel, it's free. And if you enjoyed the video, press the like button and help this video get some more exposure. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace.